My best wishes for 2025, my brothers and sisters. I hope all of your wishes can come true, and especially the wishes to come closer with your dragon. That has always been my wish on the Dragon's Path and always been my desire. And if this is your true desire on the Dragon's Path, then you are on the correct path. Of course, it's not a path that I can say how it's going, because this path is something that you create for yourself, with following a dragon spirit, but not a dragon spirit only that is your guardian, but also your own shadow. And that is something that I didn't want to accept in the beginning of my path, even though it's very important to accept that, my brothers and sisters, before humans I'm just a witch, but before dragons I am a dragon. And of course, the face is that of a human, but the energy that lives within you is that of the dragon. And it is something that we need to accept. Of course, don't take it any light that you have a dragon spirit. In fact, I don't like to say spirit or soul to it. In fact, I call it an energy. It's an energy that lives within you that is very much draconic. And that is also the reason why you love dragons so much. Draconic energy is in fact what a lot of people declare themselves to be a ghost or a spirit. Ghosts or spirit or whatever manifestations of it, I believe in it all, but it's less religious in reality. In fact, what is with us, the dragons who are with us, are dragons who are not of the deceased. They still have their body in another place, in another realm, on another side. It's not the same like, for example, that you see a ghost here in this world. They lost their energy source. Their energy source is their body. And that is what dragons still have. And that is the worst thing that you can do to a living being here, in animal or whatever. Every living being in this world has an energy. And the power plant of that energy is their body. And if they lose their body, then the power is gone. And that is not at all the case with dragons. And dragons still have that. And they always search for another source. They are always reborn. And that is where the Ouroboros, the dragon or snake that bites its own tail, it always recycles with a new body. So that the soul cannot go away. Soul, energy source, energy. The energy cannot go away. A dragon energy or dragon spirit, how you want to call it, will always be eternal, always be recycled. And that is eventually what happens to you. Why do you love dragons so much? Because it recycled inside of you. It was born out of the womb of a dragon, and now it is inside of you, having a new cycle. And it needs to remember it all. And that is something that I did not want to accept in the beginning of my path, because of what I can see from humanity is not that positive. But that is purely because you are looking at them with dragon eyes. And dragon eyes are very judgmental, but also very wise and very ancient. So dragons are actually very beautiful inside themselves as well. So whenever they see all the horrors that humanity does, and that is also the reason why I am a vegan, and I don't like it that they destroy forests, and I hate it, in fact, that I just want to say save the world and things like this, because that is what dragons are. They are guardians, they are protectors, and that is eventually what also lives within you. Guardians and protectors also lives with you, and that is also the reason why you look at this world with dragon eyes. And sometimes it is very dark what we can see, and that is also very difficult, because you also have the energy of a human, and sometimes it can have nasty results together, because you have dragon energy, dragon spirit, how you want to call it, but you also have human energy, and sometimes it fights with each other. Sometimes you need to have the middle way into this, and that is also what makes our path so difficult, because your humanity says this way and your draconic self says that way. So you have split personalities when it comes to this. It depends on what side that you choose. Sometimes I let my human self sleep so that I can explore my draconic self much more. But both of them is what you are. But dragons and humans can be so different, and yet they live, both of you, inside of you. That you have to live with it, that you have to learn from this. And so and that is also why I don't like to call them spirits or souls, because they still have their bodies, and the only way but what they are actually doing, they are searching for you in like a sort of astral projection. What they are doing, they are still in the dragon realms, actually where your soul should be. And that is inside of the dragon realm. Your dragons can actually detect you. They can search for you, they know you who you are, and the bond that you have with your dragon is so unbreakable that they can find you wherever you are, and that you are connected together forever, so that your dragon is trying to find you, and because of your humanity, that you are born as a human, they are trying to touch you, trying to let you remember who you are. And that is what I didn't want to accept, because in the beginning of my path, what actually happened with my awakening was that my dragon was able to touch me where I needed to be touched to be awakened, and it was actually touched on that energy. That energy, the dragon soul, was actually awakened at that moment. It was an explosion of emotions, explosion of feelings, explosion of confusion. It was very difficult actually to live with this, because no one told me what this was. It was such a strange phenomena. And whenever I said this for the first time a long time after it, people declared me insane or crazy, but I was so confused, and I was very sure that I've seen a dragon. And not just any dragon, but a dragon that could talk with me, that in a different kind of language I could even return, the conversation. It was such a weird phenomena. Nobody told me that this was real. And that is what I want to say to you, my brothers and sisters. It's real. And that is what you are. In fact, I don't like to say this to human beings, but sometimes my brothers and sisters need to know, whatever you are is a dragon in disguise. You are a dragon in disguise. You are covered in skin and bones that are in fact not shaped at all like you should be shaped. You should actually feel this. You should feel your tail, your scales. You should feel your horns. You can even sometimes feel it. When I meditate inside of these forests, sometimes I can feel that. Sometimes I can feel the claws. Sometimes I feel so much that I cannot explain to people what I just feel. And that is also what I've heard a lot from brothers and sisters who also feel their scales and claws and horns, that you are still a dragon, but still in disguise. You are alongside with a lot of people, billions of people, but in fact how you should be shaped. People, I should have many different kind of reactions whenever they know who you truly are. That is why I called myself, because I use magic of the dragon, a dragon witch, because a dragon for dragon and a witch for dragons, for humans. A witch because, yeah, I use magic, but I'm very much an outcast. In this world, I was very much bullied as a child, and even later on when I was adult, still a lot of time people, they look down at what I do and who I am, and people every single day see me as something crazy, someone that is insane, someone, stop it because it's stupid, but they judge me every day because of what I do. And back in the day, if it was in the medieval times, I was burned at the stake or hanged as a witch for witchcraft. That is for sure. But no, we are a cycle here and today, and I just want to say to you, my brothers and sisters, that you are a dragon in disguise. You are a dragon in disguise, something that I didn't want to see in the beginning of my path. But of course, my mentor let me know, why do you love dragons so much? Because there are a lot of people who love dragons, but it is because they are still connected with them. But what is your connection with them? Why do you love dragons so much? And she let me know that I was awakened at that moment because I had that energy. The energy of the dragons. She could feel that, and I didn't even told her anything. It was something that she felt without me saying anything about dragons. And that was such a weird phenomenon, that other people could actually feel the dragon. Wherever I go, the dragon comes with me. And that is what is for you as well. Wherever you go, the dragon is always with you. They will never leave you behind. They will always have this spirit, even though they still have their body in the dragon realms. Of course, I don't know how else I should call that realm. It's a realm with dragons. It's like this world, but another side with dragons in it. But I just But they are still having their spirit send it over to you. And they are doing their best actually to be by your side, because the bond that you have with them is unbreakable. And the first thing that you need to do is to discover your dragon self. Discover your tail, discover your scales, discover your, not only that, but what the connection actually means between you and the dragons by your side. The dragon god, the dragon guardian always comes next. The first thing that you need to discover is who you are. And that is where I needed a lot of time to discover who I actually was. And the dragon was always saying, always, I'm touching you wherever you are a dragon. And I know you can feel it. And I did feel that, but I just did not want to accept it. But it's something that we need to accept. It's not because you have skin and that you are looking everything with human eyes, that you are a human being, that everything, yeah. For, like I said, I'm not going in on the streets and saying, I'm a dragon, I'm a dragon. Of course not. I'm a human being, but there's so much more to it. And yeah, I cannot actually describe it differently than to describe you as a dragon in disguise. A dragon is not allowed in flesh and blood in this world, but you are allowed. You are allowed because a dragon spirit in human flesh is still allowed to be here. And also the dragon spirit is allowed here as long as you are here. So my brothers and sisters, a happy new year and be blessed.